Hello everyone, before I start the video, Riot has announced the Ion 2.0 bundle, and I'm going to be giving one away. If you guys want to win, just keep watching the video. I will explain how to at the end. Alright, in this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly how I went from being a silver player to a diamond player in just 2 acts. As you guys can see, this is my act history. This is my real act history. I was always a silver player, never really tried to get a higher rank, and I kind of always just complained that I was silver. I decided to change that at the beginning of episode 5, and I basically skyrocketed up to Diamond 2 right now. These are the biggest tips that I found help me win more games and get to a higher rank. First one is kind of obvious. Don't solo queue or try not to solo queue. It's okay if you have to solo queue. I understand not everybody has friends in the same rank as them. I've been there. But if you can find like 1 person, 2 people, you meet people in game that you have good chemistry with, try to play with them. If you can't, doesn't mean don't queue, but it just, you give yourself a better chance of not having people DC or be bad teammates or toxic, things like that. You lower your chance of doing that if you're bringing people in that you trust, that you know are good, that you know will communicate. Tip number 2 is kind of if you have to solo queue, even if you're duo queued, use your mic. Use your mic. It is so frustrating being in a comp game and nobody's talking, nobody's calming. You have no idea where they died from. You have no idea if anybody low on the other team. Everybody plays situations different. If they know that the enemy is full health or no health, if they're heaven or if they're playing long, like, you need to use your mic. It's okay. Like, if you have a shitty mic, it doesn't matter. People don't care. Just make callouts and you'll win more rounds. Tip number 3 is to put your ego aside and listen to people. Understand that people probably do have information that you don't, and it can help you get better as a player. A lot of times people think that they're just the smartest person in the lobby and nobody else knows anything. And I understand that to a point, but you have to try to listen and try to seek out information that's new. There's so much useful information in Valorant that will help you win games if you are open to it. You can't just shut people down. Don't shut people down for having ideas. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Try to listen. Try to learn new things. Tip number 4. This one seems obvious. Again, a lot of these seem obvious, but I'm going to say them anyways. Learn more characters. There are a bunch of different roles that need to be played for a successful team comp. Obviously, like, sometimes it just doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just a team diff. But if you want to win more games, having a good team comp is super helpful. So you can't just be like a Reyna one trick, or if you're just only comfortable playing controller, maybe step outside your comfort zone and learn to play like an initiator or a sentinel. And when I say learn the character, I mean really learn the character. You don't need to learn nerdy lineups or anything like that, but just understand what your role is supposed to do. If you're playing smokes, understand where the smokes need to be. These seem, again, like super obvious things, but even being up in diamond, there are people who don't even know how to play smokes. They will fill and then they put their smokes in the worst spots possible. Please just learn how to play the role. It'll make every game easier for you. Even if you're not playing those roles very often, just understanding how they work and what they should be doing will help you, because maybe somebody on your team is confused, doesn't know how to play them. You can help them out. Find a character in each role that you're comfortable playing so that if your team needs it, you can fill that role and hopefully win more games. Tip number 5 is to not just hop on and queue. Try to have some kind of warm-up routine. You guys can download Kovacs or AimLab. Get comfortable with your aim, get comfortable with your sense. Hop into the range, do some exercises. You can look them up on YouTube. A lot of pro players have really good warm-up routines that you can just like copy paste, and they'll just help you feel warm, help you get comfortable so you can go into the game with confidence. Tip number 6. This one is a huge one, and that is to not overheat or overextend in game. I understand when you get first blood, you get super hungry. Even if you get like a 3K, you're super hungry for that ace, you know, but when your team has a man advantage, you actually want to hold back. You don't want to overextend and give the other team the opportunity to pick you off and make it a 4v4, make it an even fight. A lot of games end up being super close. If you watch my stream ever, you know I go into a lot of overtime games, and those games could have been over rounds ago if my teammates didn't get excited and over push and lose easy rounds. Tip number 7, don't just queue a couple games a day. I understand if you get on and you win a couple, you're up RR, you're like, awesome, I'm gonna get off, I'm gonna go make myself a lasagna and like call it good, I'm up RR today, goodbye. Don't do that. If you get on and you lose a game and you're like, oh, I don't want to D rank, I'm not gonna play, don't do that. There are people in your exact same position playing like 5 to 10 games every single day, which means they're just getting more experience. They're getting more comfortable. They're getting mechanically better at the game. And overall, they're going to end up ranking up even higher. Even if they spend 9 hours on the game and go even, they're going to become a better player than you. You can't just expect to get on, win some RR, get off, and end up immortal. Like, that's not going to happen. You need the experience, you need the time, you need the game sense. My average, I think, amount of games I played every day was around 7 or 8. And then some days would go as high as 14 or 15 games. And I was like pretty stagnant after I hit plat on the last act. But I was playing so many games. I learned so much. My game sense got so good that I ended up going days where I would gain like 100 RR a day, because it all ends up catching up to you and you end up kind of like piecing puzzle pieces together, and then you end up winning games. It's not going to just happen like, it's not linear. You're going to go up, then there's going to be dips. You're going to go up, there's going to be dips. You're going to rank up, you're going to lose that rank back up. It ebbs and flows so much. You just have to be okay with it. You have to be comfortable losing. You have to be comfortable in situations where you need to bounce back, because your mental is everything in the game. And if you just get off when you lose, you're not going to be learning anything or gaining anything from that. And the final tip I have is probably the biggest tip I have, which is don't let the team morale die. A lot of times people are trying to forfeit in the first half, but most of these maps are T-sided or CT-sided, which means once you switch sides, once you reverse roles, anything can happen. I have lost the most unlosable games. I have won the most unwinnable games, and that is because anything can happen. If your team actually comes together, uses their mics, is coordinated, you guys can win. When you're playing a game with complete strangers, there's no chemistry at the beginning. You guys don't know each other. You guys don't know who's comfortable playing where, things like that. After 12 rounds, you're gonna get comfortable with each other, and it is possible to win. So don't /FF every single game when you're frustrated. Don't DC, don't be that guy. If you have a teammate that's doing poorly, like, encourage them, lift them up, because they're likely to do better if you do that than if you shit on them. They're going to play horribly, or they're going to want to throw, or their mental is just going to be shot. Confidence and mental is everything in this game, and you need your teammates to also have good mentals and confidence. And like, just understand, everybody has a bad game. All right, for those of you who stayed to learn how to win the Ion 2.0 bundle, this is how you do it. Go to my description, click on my Twitter, go to my pinned tweet, do what it says there, come back, type done, and you're entered. If you guys enjoyed this video, or this video helped you at all, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be posting weekly gaming content, so if that's something you're into, you won't want to miss out. I will see you guys in the next video.